Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 10 of season 3 of The Expanse. So we're in the bubble. I thought the thing in the center was the bubble. That's the nucleus. The bubble itself is where all these ships are. The Rossi, the Behemoth, the Shuzen, which means that we have a Rossi crew, Naomi, Drummer, and Bobby all in the bubble. If the Thomas Prince wants to join, then we got Anna in there. She's not the same caliber as the other women, but like she's just as awesome in my book. Like she's like that person you feel safe talking to. I think that's because she played Mrs. Claus. I don't know. She just seems like somebody who would be like who you'd go to talk. Speaking of a nucleus, Holden is floating to the nucleus because Miller told him to, which is the weirdest sentence that if I heard myself say it like 3 months ago, I'd be like, what? What does that even mean? I have no idea what it means. But he is going to the nucleus. Miller did tell him to, and I'm trying to figure out if this is in fact Miller's consciousness. Because Holden never saw Miller with the hat, and Miller's wearing the hat. And it's not just any hat, it's that hat. It's not like he's wearing like a cowboy hat or a sombrero or, it's that hat. God, I hate that hat so much. But Holden never saw it. So I'm thinking that it is, in fact, Miller's consciousness. And I'm wondering if Miller's consciousness is in there, if Julie's consciousness is as well. If the Thomas Prince goes into the bubble, would Julie be able to maybe talk to Melba? Now, there isn't protomolecule as far as we know on the Thomas Prince, so I don't know if there's an antenna or if there is a way to talk. I don't think so, but I mean, I'm just trying to think of a way to make Melba stop pursuing Holden. Now, I don't hate Melba, but I definitely don't want her to succeed. The fact that she's been treated the way she has by her father, that sucks. So why are you still trying to like get his approval? It's just really gross. Like your father's in jail. Like he's a not good man. Like he's done some bad things. Like why would you seek approval from somebody who's obviously the scum of the earth? Literally. And also floating in the bubble is Monica and Cohen. I don't know if I would hope that Mars picks them up instead of the Behemoth, only because I feel like if I had the chance to be taken by Mars or Belters, I feel like Belters would be a little bit more harsh. Like they'd literally try to beat information out of you, or like Mars will just pop the little truth pill and, you'll spill to them. So hopefully that's who picks them up. Now, also in the bubble is Naomi in a skiff on her way to the Rosie. So Drummer kind of allowed her to leave. Drummer was definitely hurt that Naomi was going to leave without mentioning it to her, asking her. And Naomi says it's because I didn't think you'd let me. And Drummer unlocks the door and is just like, you underestimate me. And I think that Drummer like really cares about Naomi and cares and wants her happy. And Naomi has had this conversation with Ashford where Ashford's kind of like saying like, you're being nostalgic and you're remembering them, but you're not remembering the reason why you left. And I also believe that. I think she's idealizing not only her time with the OPA, she's forgetting all the bad stuff, but she's also idealizing her time on the Rocinante and kind of forgetting that like there's people there that don't really trust her. And I think her going back would like definitely help them get their comms back online. I don't know how welcome she would be. She can't even communicate with them right now because their comms are down from whatever Cohen did to it, like unknowingly, but he still messed it up pretty severely. So she can't really get a hold of them. I don't know if the comms work inside the bubble at all. I don't think we've seen anyone communicate with each other. We saw a probe go in, see the Rocinante, and go back out, but I don't know if communications happen in the bubble. Now, I really like that Alex and Amos trust Holden. Like, he's like talking to Miller, and they're just like, you know what? We just got through that ring after we saw that Belter kid get, like, just annihilated. So, you know what? Maybe Holden is talking to Miller. maybe this is a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing. I think definitely Alex is a little weirded out because you see him outside of Holden's door, like kind of like checking on Holden. And Amos is just like, yeah, well, either you're talking to Miller or you're not. What are we gonna do about it? I like that they know Holden is the guy that hasn't gotten them killed yet. So if Holden's working on something, trust him. Now I don't think Holden talked to them before he left. Maybe he wrote a note, went for a walk. I'll call you soon. The comms aren't working. That won't work. Anyway, now Anna is staying on the Thomas Prince. She kind of like states that like there's like this miracle that's happened, and while she doesn't think that it's like a Jesus miracle, she kind of knows it's a science miracle. She wants to be there for it. Like she is actually very curious about like just what the protomolecule is doing and what this ring is doing and how it's like this phenomenon. And she's really curious to know more about it. I would too. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. You could possibly die, but like you could also possibly be on like the precipice of like an amazing discovery. Like first contact. Are you kidding me? Like not to jump to another show and through a movie, but like one of my favorite Star Trek movies is First Contact. Like granted it was the Vulcans. And if you're going to meet anybody from space, if you're going to meet an alien race, it's the Vulcans, right? The protomolecule, not very Spock-like, very logical, but they're not the protomolecules, not the Vulcans. So I too would want to stay aboard and see where this goes. So Holden almost like kind of gave up everything, almost like surrendered the crew, surrendered the Rocinante, uh, until he kind of got the idea to jump to the nucleus from Miller. So what happens when he gets there? Does he like touch it and gets zapped somewhere? Like, is it a portal? Like, is there just like, is it solid? It looks like it's goo. But like, does he just like sink into it? Is there a door? Is there a window? Like, can he peek inside? Like, what exactly is this nucleus? I'm guessing it's a a brain, a hive mind. I don't know. You know what? On this show, you could guess a million different things and you'd be almost close to something, right? But Miller had mentioned a crime scene, and then when Holden asked him, like he says, forget the crime scene, tell me what's going on. And Miller launches into this whole science thing, and it very much sounded like Euterpe. And there were times when Miller would say stuff that definitely came from Dawes, like Sister's Bones being chalk, and stuff that Miller had said when he was in Julie's apartment trying to get the communication thing to work, when he was talking about the father and the coffee and all that. You know, so there's different instances of things that Miller heard or overheard. So I'm just wondering if there's a bunch of people that are talking to Holden, or if it's just Miller, but Miller's able to access different consciousness, because I'm pretty sure it's Miller's consciousness, right? Like there's no way Holden came up with that damn hat. So it has to be Miller. Ish. It's not Miller, but it's Miller. Proto Miller. And I don't know if he's floating away from the Rocinante and the proto molecule is in the bulkhead. Does like his reception get worse, or like does it get clearer the closer he gets to the nucleus? How does that work? I'm guessing they're surrounded by proto molecule, so I don't know. Can the proto molecule still connect with Alex and Amos? Like, is there a way to do that? I mean, it seems like Holden Holden's always where all the shit happens. Like it's like he seems to be the focus. I'm not sure why, but like he's what is the patron saints of lost souls? Like he's just a shit magnet. Poor Holden. Poor Holden. He's grown on me. He's absolutely grown on me. Somebody had told me who their top five favorite characters were because they've all been revealed now. If there's other characters in the rest of the seasons, you know, I don't know about them yet. But I then gave them my top five, and I will not tell you who that is, but Holden is actually in there. So, which is crazy to me because the first two seasons, I wanted to wring the brother's neck. You guys know who my number one is, and I'm not going to tell you who. So, with that being said, let's get into it. It's Amos. Duh. And a little bit of a boss update. He watched IFF today at lunch, and I had my headphones in, so I couldn't hear him when he walked in the lunchroom, but he's violently tapping me on the shoulder, and he's like, IFF. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, he was so blown away by that episode. I don't blame him. It's one of my favorites. 6. 6 is my favorite episode thus far. Out of all the seasons. 6. You guys know why.
Miller told me to go to the station. Said it would help us. Gotten you guys in enough trouble.
Oh, he did leave a note. Kinda.
And do not follow me. That's an order.
He means it.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Starting to wonder if I'm cursed.
Yeah, why is that? Because out of the whole human race, you're the one flying toward the mysterious alien artifact with the dead guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then how come it is that every time there's some clusterfuck shitstorm situation in the universe, there's James Holden?
That's what I said.
How the hell did I end up here?
You're really pumping me up for this mission.
You're the patron saint of lost causes, kid. We're running from it.
That's weird. Can't believe I said that and then Miller said it. By the way, when the behemoth went through the ring, it looked so tiny. That ring is huge.
Dr. Volovodov, I heard you were a Methodist. First Methodist, Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah, I'd come to her for comfort as well.
In the face of all this, sleep seems disrespectful, maybe?
It would seem more like terrifying.
Yeah, he's obviously scared.
Do you think God wants us to be here?
As far as I can tell, Scripture's quiet on this one. Excuse me.
Yeah, she wants to witness this without any interference. I totally get it.
9.
Have we seen people physically go through the gate?
7. 1.
Oh.
Transit is complete.
Everything looked kind of hazy afterwards, though, huh?
We have to get some probes out ASAP.
Can't we just enjoy it for a minute?
Yeah, take it in, buddy.
Suppose we should.
Yeah.
What is this place?
Well, angels fear to tread if they have any goddamn sense. Sorry, Pastor.
Are you okay, buddy? Is he gonna be trouble? Is he gonna do something?
Rocinante, please respond.
Just yell louder, that's what I do.
We are ordering you to break off. You have been fairly warned. Shuzan out.
Same to you. Asshole.
Just why is Mars so hell-bent on pursuing Holden?
Flight. Stand by for final clearance to drop.
Ooh, Bobby. Are we getting Bobby? Yeah, we're getting Bobby.
That's definitely his style. So he's crazy. I suppose you could make that argument.
Fantastic.
But I don't believe he would blow up the Sunmoon. That's definitely not his style.
You sure you're up for this, Gunny?
Is that Shang-Chi?
It's a big part of why you were reinstated. Be understandable if you're feeling conflicted.
Are you gonna tell me what that thing is?
Yeah, just as soon as we get down there, we'll both know.
I should have brought a gun.
Wouldn't do you any
Why?
good. I calmed down at station security. It's about the only thing protecting you right now.
Comforting.
Slow down. Remember what I said about doors and corners?
Don't start with that
don't-
shit again.
Hey, you know,
Don't listen to Miller.
Squashes you like a bug. Slow
Yeah. Holden. This guy. Holden, you drive me crazy.
Just exercising some free will.
Fair enough.
Hey, you're just being an asshole.
Yeah. It's like he's being Holden.
Looks like the Shushan just launched a skiff. They're going after Holden.
Then we have to go after him too.
Even if we left right now, we wouldn't get to him before they did.
And they're not going to be expecting us to try, so we're going to punch them in the face before they figure it out.
It's a very Amos thing to do.
Why are you being so much like yourself? Is none of this stuff weirding you out?
You want me to say this is some weird shit? Yeah. This is some weird shit.
Thank you.
I get it. Alien shit, magic gates, Naomi bugging off to go play Belter, Holden doing...
Holden shit.
I have no clue what Holden is doing. I haven't felt fear since I was 5 years old.
Man, I wish I could go through life without feeling fear.
No. You don't.
You don't.
Being in this place, that maybe this is it. Like, we're all gonna die.
Probably
We are gonna die.
someday.
No, all of us. Humanity.
Back in Baltimore, I had this friend, and she said if the end ever came, she'd grab a bottle and her 2 cats and go to the roof, have a toast, and then jump.
With the cats?
Like a fucking pharaoh. Don't worry. I'll take you with me, too.
Aww. Essentially him saying that he loves Alex.
Maybe the purple glow is like a cyst.
I don't follow.
When you get a splinter, your body builds around it. Maybe it's interpreting these objects as threats, and that's how it isolates them.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you nervous to think that it's alive and watching us, don't you think?
A little bit, yeah.
He's gonna start freaking out. You alright, Nemirov?
You okay?
Just fine, ma'am.
He's not gonna do something, is he? She's gonna do something.
Show this route to intercept the Restante.
Good.
Oh, it's just too bad we don't have our chief engineer to build us some probes.
He needs to stop saying this shit in public.
We have a few autonomous farm drones. We can convert those into probes. The captain must know their ship.
He didn't know that, huh? He's gotta learn to hold his tongue in front of everybody.
What do you think is gonna happen when he reaches it?
Maybe little green men will come out.
Maybe.
Boom.
Hopefully
Yeah.
nothing.
May I give it a try?
He'd probably be more comfortable talking to her.
Holden. Bobby Draper here.
Really?
Oh.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to... Sorry, Bobby, I wasn't talking to you.
Looks like he's losing his mind.
Monkeys and microwaves.
What?
I didn't blow up the sun moon, and Alex and Amos had nothing to do with it either. I gotta go.
Later.
That man sound rational to you?
No.
Not entirely.
Mm-mm.
No, sir. He did not.
Yeah, I concur.
Oh my god. What happens when he reaches it? You're coming in hot. Oh, we can land on it. It's solid. Okay.
What are you waiting for?
What's in there?
Yeah.
Stuff.
Just stuff.
We gotta find a records room, and then we gotta read the files, and then we see what's what.
That cleared nothing up.
You tell me what that is, and I'll keep going.
Yeah. Tell us.
A civilization, billions of years ago. But now, all that's
Oh.
left is a bunch of locked doors and some lights on a timer.
So what do we do?
We figure out how to pick the locks.
It's in a timer. Why a timer?
Can't you stop them?
Sure, I get the station to stop them permanently.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Then keep moving.
Oh. You gotta go, Holden. Came all this way to not go in it. Go in it. Oh. You okay, buddy? Maybe you shouldn't be staring at it. Maybe like take a nap or like a little break. Eat a snack. Get your blood sugar up. No! No!
Show me the Rocinante's new course.
Okay, so the Rossi's moving?
If the Rocinante's reactor went critical, what would the zero survival radius be?
Don't you fucking dare.
I not like the thing Jama say to you. Or how she said it.
Your captain can run their ship however they choose to.
Yeah, mind your
Captain
business.
should be you.
That's why he shouldn't say this shit in front of people.
And I've drunk real Earth whiskey out of the UN Admiral's mug and then scuttled her ship. And I've seen friends breathe the vacuum and watched my only child burn. So when I tell you to tread carefully, you would do well to stop talking.
That made me feel really bad for Ashford.
Well, what do you need me for?
Because you exist. Okay? That's why.
He's in person.
Well enough.
You got more synapses than stars in the universe. You are a fancy hand terminal with a lot of buttons. I push a few trillion of them buttons in exactly the right way. You're talking to Miller. The sound of his voice, the clothes he wore.
Plus a hat.
Yeah, I like the hat.
It's a stupid hat.
Maybe I'm the illusion inside your head.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calculus amoeba. Mozart.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask.
Tell them about the
One of our
kid.
crew has passed. I understand you were of the same faith.
What happened?
He was cleaning his sidearm and accidentally discharged the weapon. Thank you, ma'am.
That's just terrible.
Excuse me.
She's gonna feel guilty because she didn't help him when he was having a hard time. She did ask him if he was okay, though.
You look grim. Who died? Oh, shit. Did somebody die?
An officer who tried to talk with me during the transit. He was scared. I ignored him. He killed himself.
You asked him if he was okay, and he said he was fine.
I was too distracted.
Completely understandable. You've had some pretty unprecedented distractions.
Should have been more focused on why I'm here.
Come on.
You're not here to praise the Lord.
No, I'm here to talk to people. To sit with people when they're scared. That is what a minister is supposed to do.
Oof.
Sorry.
Oh.
Clarissa?
Clarissa Mao. That was Cassie. Whatever.
I didn't know Jordan as well as many of you who worked with him and lived at his side. I regret that I didn't know him better. We can't know all of the burdens that Jordan carried, but we can remember him and the shared burdens that we all carry now, and we can treat each other gently. Reach out to those in need. It will honor Jordan. Thank you.
I'm not much for religion, but she's very comforting when she speaks.
You look preoccupied.
I think I just saw someone who didn't want to be seen.
Very much so.
Joel Piermao's daughter, Clarissa. She was disguised as a service tech. I was going to call security, but...
Are you going to reach out to her?
You think I should? You can trust your judgment.
Hey.
You obviously don't know me very well.
I bet I'd be afraid to talk to her. She does that little tooth thing. No thanks. It's so cool.
This feels like 1G.
Oh, wow.
Welcome. You got atmosphere, too. Get your hat off. Show some respect.
Yeah, keep it on.
I'll pass.
I don't know why I thought like Julie was gonna pop out of the floor or something.
This is what I need you to do. Complete that circuit.
Oh.
What happens when I do?
Yeah.
The answer to the case?
Annihilation of the human race?
Maybe just the next clue.
I don't know. Oh, God.
It's got nothing to do with Julie.
Fuck you, then.
For all I know, touching that thing could end up killing everyone I love.
Yes.
The same people she died to save.
No risk, no reward.
She couldn't feel any more pain, but you could. Did it kill you? Did it tear you apart one atom at a time? Or did you burn?
Miller?
Oh, man. Wringing my hands. God, will you just leave her alone?
Captain.
Always up her ass.
Thought I'd do this until I could keep my temper. Though I am getting a lot done. You just can't stop giving me advice, can you?
I'm
Yeah,
trying
no
to
doubt.
help you.
Yet still you call me out in front of the crew.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I could have done that better.
Yeah, you could
You
have.
did what you meant to. And after I left, I bet you were all praised for me, yeah? That way when the turn come and you take over, they all know it was because you had to. No choice.
Oh, we have a problem.
Yeah.
We need to work it out.
Or else what?
I would like to know that as well.
Clarissa?
Oh, God, is she gonna kill her?
You get me confused with someone else.
No, I don't. I want to help you.
Help me.
I can help you set things straight. Clarissa, whatever happened, you have no reason to be suffering for it.
Don't do your tooth thing. What the hell is that?
I tried to be the angel, but I was so scared. She held my hand, and I told her, if you fall with me, it ain't gonna be for halfway.
It's good to see you, Miller.
Oh, shit.
We just want to talk to you.
I didn't blow up the Sun-Moon.
I never believed you did.
Do not take another step,
Holden?
or we will shoot.
Don't shoot him.
Doesn't want to hurt us.
You don't know that. Oh! That can't be good. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's like a defense system, right?
Grenade!
No, don't throw the grenade! Oh, no. What's gonna happen? Oh! 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 Oh, my God. Oh my God.
Now or never, Holden. Finish it.
Here, you gotta finish it. Oh, we're going back in time? Oh, wow. Whoa. there more portals? I have no idea what just happened. I don't know what just happened. I should go back. I'm gonna turn the volume off. But like, what the hell? He just saw everything happen in reverse order, maybe? Dandelion sky. Why is it called that? I have no idea why. He literally saw everything happen in reverse. Okay, the ring being formed. The squid going back into Venus. The Arbogast, Venus, Eros, Naked Holden. And the bird for Julie, made out of protomolecule. And it's just this cluster of protomolecule. And then there's all these portals. I think they're portals. It looks like from Endgame. But, like, then there were certain things, there was, like, either the rings were being destroyed. It seems like there's a lot of entrances into this bubble. So, like, is our ring the last one? I don't know. And then it, like, turns this star into a proto-star, a proto-sun. And then it seems like it really hurts Holden. What the hell did I just watch? Okay, it has Thomas Jane listed as the investigator. So he's still Miller, though, right? I feel like he's still Miller. I don't know what the hell just happened. Shang-Chi was killed. That was unfortunate. Oh. This show, my God. It surprises me left and right at every turn that could possibly happen. I just get one glorious thing after another. So, okay, the Thomas Prince is now in the bubble. And it was really weird because I don't think we got to see, even when the Behemoth went through, I don't think we got to see the inside of the ship when that happened. But it seemed like it kind of did like a thing to them. Like there was like a little thing that like maybe went through them as well. I don't even know where to go from here. I literally feel like a scrambled egg. And it's mostly because nothing with Miller and Holden like was expected whatsoever. You know, Holden just floating through the bubble while Miller's just outside just talking to him and they're having this conversation. And I like that Holden doesn't just kind of go like 100% I believe that you're Miller and I'm going to go with you no matter what. Like he asks questions, he challenges this Miller. And he doesn't just blindly stick his hand in the little mechanism to complete. I guess that's completing the work. Is that what that is? Now inside the nucleus, the station, it's like a machine, it's like a computer, it's like a supercomputer. And it's interesting that it sets the parameters of the inside to something that Holden would like find comfortable, like it being like 1G, like Earth, and like an atmosphere that you can breathe in. And I wouldn't have taken my helmet off either. I would have been petrified to take my helmet off, but because you just never know, especially because you've seen what happens when something hostile. Granted, he shouldn't have thrown the grenade, but you see what happens when that happens is that the defense mechanisms that it has, the defense that it plays, it is intense. Wow. And then he just became part of the nucleus. Like, is now his consciousness part of it? Holy shit. Holy shit. I normally have like such a insightful breakdown, and I just really don't. It is really interesting that some of the stuff that I said in the opening commentary was said by Miller in the episode. I think it's because I have been rewatching some of my older reactions. I've been watching stuff because my boss has been watching it, so I've been rewatching my reactions. Plus, somebody had said, you need to go back and listen to some of your commentaries before you watch some future episodes. And I think sometimes it just puts little things in my brain, like a little bit of an inception. There wasn't a whole lot from Naomi. Like, she's pretty much just threatened by Mars. Like, you're interfering, you're not welcome. And she's just like, F you. And we don't really see much from her until the proto-molecule bubble kind of goes on the defense and kind of does what Anna was saying about like the cyst being formed around everything, and it stops everything, and it like kind of is like, no, like you're not penetrating any further. I hope everyone's okay. I feel like they are, although we did see Tilly and Clarissa hit the ceiling when the Thomas Prince came to a halt. But then Amos and Alex are having this conversation, and Alex is freaked out, and that was kind of a little bit of the theme of the whole episode is fears. Holden having to face his fears about the unknown, but then you have Jordan, who is terrified at this thing that is much greater than him, and he can barely comprehend it. And I really thought, like, personally, he was going to be like, I'm going to take a skiff and I'm going to drive into the nucleus, and he was going to do something kind of stupid, like Mineo a little bit. I didn't foresee suicide. Gosh, it's freaking sad. But then also Alex talking about being afraid, and then Amos stating that he's not afraid and he hasn't felt fear since he was 5 years old. Oh. The more I learn about Amos, like, the more my heart breaks anytime he talks about being a kid or anything from before, like when he says things. And Alex is like, well, that's nice. That'd be great if I never felt fear. And the only reason why Amos could possibly not feel fear after a certain age is because he reached the full extent of it and he knows how to disassociate from it, or he's so traumatized from it that nothing can be scarier than those moments that he's witnessed and that he's been through. Oh, I just want to hug him. When Amos is talking about the woman that he knows in Baltimore, about, her grabbing her 2 cats, a bottle, and going to the roof and jumping, like he like mentions that it's like a pharaoh, but he also like looks at Alex and says like I'd bring you with me. It's essentially like he's telling Alex, like, you're important to me. He's got such an unorthodox way of expressing his emotions, but it's still so meaningful, and you still get it, and you get the gravity of it. And he does things in a very Amos way, and he says things in a very Amos way. Now with Anna, like, she's very interested in the science and everything that's kind of going on out there, and I get it. It is a crazy phenomenon. It is possibly first contact. There's a lot that is amazing and wondrous. And I get that she wants to see it all and take it all in and experience it all. I don't think that it's her responsibility, or I don't think she should shoulder the responsibility of Jordan's death, because she did say, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine," or "Yeah, I'm great," and then like walked away. Now, obviously he wasn't, and she should probably have gone after him. But she's shouldering a lot of that guilt. And while, yes, she probably could have talked to him and it probably would have brought him comfort, does he not have anyone else to talk to? Does he not have any friends? That's really upsetting. I really hate that he died that way. And I really hate that she feels guilty about it. Now, I think Anna might also end up feeling a little guilty, depending on how Clarissa and Tilly's interaction goes, because she started to fight with her and she did her little thing. I don't know what that is, but as a dental professional, it's driving me crazy. I want to know what it is now. And I know somebody said that, like, my questions will be answered about that, but it's still bugging the shit out of me. But I feel like if something happens to Tilly, that Anna's also going to feel guilty about that, because she told Tilly to trust her instincts. I immediately, when she said that, was like, well, that's not a good idea. Now, with Drummer and Ashford, I've had an issue with him speaking to her the way that he does, because the optics are really bad. From like the first time when she's like threatening to space people for having the pixie dust and any contraband, and he kind of speaks over her and takes over like the whole like I'm this, and I get that that's his job as XO. Somebody explained that to me on Patreon, that like as XO everyone's supposed to like have an issue with the XO and leave the captain out of a lot of that stuff. Now Drummer put herself in the middle of it, so I don't know if it was the best idea for him to interrupt, but he definitely stepped on her toes. And he kind of continues doing that publicly. And it's no wonder that Diogo is just like, you should be the captain, is because he sees this man constantly stepping on the toes of the captain, not respecting rank or anything. And I really love that he had the conversation with Diogo about like I've done all these things, and it's just like you need to respect your captain. But then he mentioned like that he lost his only child in a fire, and then he has this burn, and it made me feel really bad for him, because that just, I mean, yeah, I figured that like would have a story behind it, but I didn't think, I'm assuming that that's from whatever situation that he lost his child. I do like that when he goes and he talks to Drummer, the Drummer's just like, I know what you're doing and I don't like it. And she can kind of see through like the little like things that he's dropping. And I don't know if it's his intention or if they're both just kind of stepping on each other's dicks, trying to show who's the better person in charge. Definitely, I think like when Drummer says like I had to walk away and like, find a place to put my anger. I think that that's a very intelligent thing to do. Like when you know that you're upset, like, and you're like, I need a minute. I think that's great of her. That's what she would do with Fred Johnson as well. I do think that like he's constantly, like she said, giving her advice and constantly pushing like the way he would do things, and like this is what you did wrong and this is why you shouldn't have done that. And it's just like, let her be the captain of her own ship and make her own damn mistakes. So hopefully, like, and a lot of people like have said that like they love Ashford, and I'm sure he's a great character. I just don't know him yet, and I would really like to know him a little bit more in depth. I really like that Bobby reached out to Holden to talk to him, and but it was very obvious that he was talking to Miller and having a conversation with Miller while he's trying to talk to Bobby, and it really did make him look nuts to like the other Marines. Like, she knows Holden. I don't know if she knows Holden well enough to know that like something else is going on. I don't know if she really thought he was talking to somebody else, and he was, technically. But like you can still see that like he even says like I wasn't responsible for Sung Un, and she's like, I never believed you were. So like she still has a lot of belief and faith in Holden, not only as a captain but just as a person. Like she knows that he wouldn't be doing something to purposely hurt people. That is like the anti-Holden. Holden always wants to help people. Holden always wants to like do the right thing, and she knows that. It's just hard to tell the other three people that's with her that that's the case. And I think under different circumstances, Bobby wouldn't have done the majority of what happened with the Martians. Shang-Chi's dead, so there's that. How interesting that he was on this show. I love that. I think this is filmed in Canada. I think somebody said that it's like always like the who's who of Toronto. I think this is filmed in Toronto. Because I definitely know that Simu lives in Toronto, so that would make total sense. And big kudos to Elizabeth Mitchell for when she's giving her like little, I don't know if it's a sermon, eulogy. I don't go to church. But when she's like giving that, like the acting that's happening on her face, like she is trying to give this beautiful eulogy, say these beautiful words, but she's also fighting back like emotion while she's doing it. And like that whole conflict when she's giving the whole thing was just beautiful. So well acted. So well acted. I'm so impressed by the majority of the people on this show. The only person that like I'm not really impressed by is the chick that plays Clarissa. Like when she gave her laugh, like it was really bad acting. I'm not gonna say like I know everybody like probably thinks that I think all these people shit rainbows and like everything is just perfect and everyone can do no wrong, but I have no problem pointing out like bad things. And it was really interesting because like it was a really weird episode, and I even was thinking to myself like the whole time, like I was like, this feels like a sci-fi show, but especially after Holden put his hand in the little mechanism, like that felt like sci-fi. Like that was very much like, yeah. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, guys, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well up to 2 episodes early of The Expanse, as well as early episodes to other shows, as well as full-length reactions to other shows. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me who your favorite character is. I was going to ask you for the top 5, but I know that there's some people that have not been introduced on the show yet, and if your favorite character happens to be somebody who hasn't been introduced, just put TBD. My favorite character is TBD. I find it really interesting that like there's cool people to come. Okay, guys. I'll see ya.